Even as the Easter season comes to a close, reflection and penance are still relevant to our daily lives. Let us bring forward the lessons learned from the sacrifices made in the last 40 days and 40 nights to make amends, renew our faith and show love to our fellow Jamaicans. After all, the mission to make Jamaica great continues, and it all begins with you and me. Hello and welcome to this special Easter edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Adrian Atkinson. For this Easter Monday show, we have stories of triumph over adversity, a cautionary tale on road usage, and so much more. The magazine unfolds now with a road safety tip.
King Jesus is alive. He's alive. He's alive. King Jesus is alive. He's alive.
But when I call on Jesus, all things are possible. I can mount on wings like eagles and soar. When I call on Jesus, mountains are gonna fall.
Hello? Where is that? Me a come, hold on, me a come.
There is no excuse for speeding. In 2014, 330 persons died in road accidents. 65 persons were motorcyclists. So stop speeding. Motorcyclists and pillion passengers, wear your helmet. Ride carefully and kill your speed before it kills you. Remember, road safety begins with you.
Increased road usage during the holiday periods increases the risk of road fatalities. This next feature gives some useful tips on how to limit the possibility of road crashes by limiting distractions.
A motorist's ability to fully concentrate on the road is extremely important. Anything that requires a shift in focus should be avoided.
Smoking for one, drinking alcohol.
The drinking thing, I come from party and frost, that no worth it to dog. Make a next man drive, is I say?
If you are going to turn your radio up to a point where you can't hear anything around you, you're essentially deaf. How are you going to hear when an ambulance is coming through a red light, trying to get someone to the hospital or a fire truck? You're going to drive into the intersection and create an accident.
You can get distracted just about anyhow. You know, but yeah, because putting something in your mouth, you can just bop your eye and, you know, in space of a second, you are alive and others.
Reading newspaper is a no-no. You cannot be reading and driving at the same time. It's a no-no.
The loud music coming from some of these vehicles. Also, the way the public passenger vehicles drive, you have to be on the lookout for them at all times.
Something happen, like an accident happen, everybody slow down to look what is happening.
I've oftentimes been concerned about some of these very bright billboards that they put up at the driver's eye level. Oftentimes so bright that you can't even see the traffic light from the billboard.
The traffic environment is a busy one. Road users, drivers especially, have to be concerned with everything that is happening around them. But sometimes they engage in activities that limit their ability to be fully alert or react appropriately to situations. Driving distractions amount to anything that requires a driver to take his or her hands and eyes off the steering wheel or the road. Studies have shown that distracted drivers are setting themselves up for varying calamities. Drivers who use handheld devices are 4 times as likely to get into crashes serious enough to injure them. Using a cell phone while driving, whether it's handheld or hands-free, delays a driver's reaction as much as having a blood alcohol concentration at the legal limit of 0.08%. A driver sending a text message only has about 9% control of the steering wheel and the vehicle at the given time. Being distracted causes drivers to react more slowly to traffic conditions or events, such as another vehicle stopping or making a left turn or pulling out from a side road. Distracted drivers fail more often to notice or recognize potential hazards, including pedestrians, bicycles, or debris on the road. While these statistics are mainly from the United States, the situation in Jamaica is no less alarming, and authorities are taking note.
If it is that you are not familiar enough with your device that you can use it, find the play button without having to look at the device and take your eyes off the road and take your attention off the road, then don't use it. Set it before you start your journey, have your playlist ready, and continue on your journey. If you need to pay attention to it, pull off. It takes 25 seconds the most. Address your device, get the music you want to listen to, and continue on your way.
It is more important that you pull over, because sometimes with the time you take to answer the phone, you're focusing on what you're hearing and not even paying attention to the road.
Consultation is taking place here in Jamaica about a law to ban the use of cell phones while driving by imposing fines and other sanctions. In the meantime, drivers of public passenger vehicles should not use cellular phones while driving.
Not ban altogether if they use the earpiece fine, as long as their hands are free to do the controls of the car.
Not really ban it, but a person himself must be more conscious, more conscious knowing that, all right, we have people in the vehicle, or may I protect myself and other people at the same time.
Yes, because my sister was hit by a car, and it was by somebody who was actually driving and using his cell phone, didn't see her crossing. So I'm totally against it. You know, I believe that there should be more that is done to prevent people from doing that.
Sometimes it's dangerous, depends on how you use it. Because sometimes you can be driving, you know, and get an emergency call, and you have to take that call. And sometimes people just depend on BB, text, which don't make no sense. They can just wait.
When they attack, they not look for nobody. They not even look where they drive go.
I think it is necessary, given the fact that if you look at the US statistics, 330,000 persons are injured every year because of persons using the phone while driving. It makes you 10 times more likely to be in an accident. So from simply the standpoint of protecting life and property, it is necessary.
I don't think they should ban it. There could have been some regulation where you use an earpiece or something, because if everybody have to pull over when you get a phone call, you're going to have chaos on the road. You understand? So if you use an earphone, that could work.
Using earphones or hands-free kits may allow a driver to still maintain control of the vehicle with his or her hands. But a driver's best bet is to refrain from using them altogether, as their focus will now largely be placed on the conversation. While cell phones may be the most common distractions, a host of other things may lead persons to take their attention off the road. Here are some general tips to deal with them. Plan your route beforehand to avoid getting lost or focusing on navigational systems such as GPS. Ensure that children use child seats and seat belts to prevent them roaming in motor vehicles. Turn down the volume of music played in vehicles. Refrain from texting, emailing, answering phones, or attending to pagers while driving or walking. Avoid reading while driving, whether newspapers, billboards, or other advertisements. Do not watch television or DVDs in your car while driving. Avoid multitasking, such as combing your hair or applying makeup while driving. Have your meal before beginning your journey to eliminate the need to eat while driving. And keep conversations with other passengers to a minimum. At all times, remember that you are ultimately responsible for your safety and that of others.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
Parliament will kick off the sectoral debate this Tuesday, April 7. Practical, pinpointed.
There will be a strict limit on time. So it is 45 minutes.
Tune in to hear different plans and suggestions for the 2015-2016 fiscal year. The following persons will give their presentations to Parliament on Tuesday, April 7 and Wednesday, April 8.
April is Farmers' Month, and so we highlight the work of some of the persons who till the soil to move Jamaica from welfare to work to well-being, and from well-being to wealth creation.
Farmers contributing to government's strategic priorities, supporting job creation, economic growth, and putting fiscal prudence into action. Committed to growing the agricultural sector, the Ministry of Agriculture is putting some 8,000 acres of prime land under production. These have been divided across the island to form 9 agro-parks in St. Thomas, St. Catherine, Clarendon, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Trelawney and Westmoreland. The aim is to get farmers or investors producing in high volumes using best practices, growing to supply both the local and export markets. 6 of these agro-parks are currently under operation, engaging more than 200 farmers who earned for themselves over $36 million in 2013. They represent just a fraction of the farmers of the agro-parks who will be leading the government's target of achieving revenues of $1 billion and producing enough to cut our high food import bill. We caught up with a few of the farmers at Amity Hall in St. Catherine to discuss their participation in the venture.
The variety of crops that I've been planting ranges from sweet potatoes, tomatoes, cucumbers, and of course I'm now doing papaya, and I plant a little plantain.
And I plant peppers here. I established about 3 acres. This pepper was planted out in September of last year, and started reaping in December. And I expect to get at least 20,000 pounds per acre. It's 3 acres. And so far I've been reaping on a weekly basis in excess of 1,000 pounds.
I have 10 acres, which I have basically 7 acres on the production right now. I have almost 4 acres in potatoes. I have 1 acre in Scotch bonnet peppers, and I have some other small amounts like okras, pap chows, tomato, sweet pepper. In terms of the potato, basically stagger, say 1 acre at each time, which so far has been look like a yielding about 12,000 pounds per acre on an average so far. That I think is a good yield.
Through funding from the Inter-American Development Bank, the necessary infrastructure such as roads, irrigation, drainage and other basic amenities were put in place to support production.
Well, one of the greatest benefits is for us to have a 5-acre piece of land with water right there, and adequate road. If it rains, we can still visit our land. It is relatively flat land. We have equipment at our avail, and that is a key element in the mix.
The farmers also received the technical support from Agro-Investment Corporation, AIC, in areas such as the timing of crop planting and available markets. AIC is the agent of the government with managerial responsibility for the agro-parks.
They also provide us general information about what is happening on the international arena, and that helps to kind of position us to be selective in the type of crops that we should embark on.
These men have a general love for farming and want to see the agri-park succeed.
I'm really a part-time farmer. I love farming, always involved in farming. It's the last 2-3 years that I've got the opportunity to be farming on a more extensive basis. And so far, I put in a lot, and I think I've basically just started to reap the benefits.
And I have a love for agriculture. I was trained in agriculture, and I need to make some money. So you have to do work on a timely basis. And I believe that the other farmers in the agri-park, if they make the effort and put their best foot forward, then it should be a success.
We can produce, if we have reasonable amount of these sort of parks across Jamaica, we can produce more than enough food for the country and to export as well.
The fact that the land is made available at, I would say, peppercorn rent, let's face it, let's be honest, that also is one benefit. And I believe that if we use the land and use it adequately, we can keep it for life. What we are doing here is just a demonstration. So I am anticipating that this stage of the agri-park is the introductory phase to prepare us to take on the mega projects that are down the road.
I see myself as an important part in it and hope to do much better than I'm doing right now.
These are the farmers who are changing the face of agriculture. Their level of dedication and cooperation will lead to more jobs being created and Jamaica achieving a level of food security and eventually achieving sustained economic growth.
Which government organization offers you exceptional customer service? A tax office, police station, hospital, post office, health center or NIS office? Vote for your favorite public sector organization in the Public Sector Customer Service Competition. Call toll-free 1-888-991-2752. Visit cabinet.gov.jm and follow the instructions. Or drop your entry form at government agencies island-wide. Votes close April 30, 2015. Let your voice be heard.
Remember that story we promised? You know, that one about overcoming adversity? Take a look.
Government remains committed to developing our human capital. So much so that the administration has made it a strategic priority for the 2014-2015 financial year. One of the ways it's seeking to improve human capital is by ensuring that all children, especially those at risk, have access to quality education. Its path to doing this is the Program of Advancement through Health and Education. In our series on government's strategic priorities, we highlighted government's move to increase funding for PATH to the tune of $5 billion this fiscal year. That report was in June, and since then we've begun to see results. The success of that intervention exemplified by an awards ceremony for PATH scholars in July.
Destination is like my goal. I'm trying
Shanae Graham, $37,500. She's a fourth runner-up in this category.
The PATH program has helped extensively in allowing me to achieve my academic goals.
Let's make welcome from the Hampton High School, Alexandria Espute.
It aids you to move forward. It gives you an upper hand where others might not have had it.
Shoma Rise Gilman, 8 distinctions, 1 credit. That's a total of 9 subjects.
I have done well due to the PATH program helping me at school.
High achievers from households on the PATH program have benefited from scholarships which were handed out at the 5th staging of the PATH Top Achievers Awards put on by the Ministry of Labour and Social Security on July 9. 40 awardees were recognized for excellence in the Grade 6 Achievement Test GSAT and the Caribbean Secondary Examination Council CSEC for 2012 and 2013. These top achievers gained averages from 96 to 98% in GSAT and for CSEC 6 to 11 distinctions. For their hard work, they were awarded cash prizes ranging from $37,000 to $150,000 to further their education. Beneficiaries were proud of their accomplishment, determined to keep doing well, and grateful to government for the chance to achieve their dreams. Chedukia Longley is the 2012 Path Top Female Achiever.
After 7 arduous years, I stand here, a proud graduate of the Glenmuir High School. I express sincerest gratitude to the Program of Advancement through Health and Education, PATH, for this grand opportunity bestowed upon me to reflect, to celebrate, and envision higher learning.
The 2012 Top Male Achiever Award went to another Glenmuir High School student, Peter Williams, who attained 9 distinctions and 1 credit. Those taking top honors for 2013 were Kimberly Burnett of Immaculate Conception High School and Othniel Williams of Denby High. They each received a cash prize of $150,000. The GSAT Top Awards went to Colin Rowe and Tayasha James for 2012, while Devin McIntosh and Radisha Blake copped the main award for 2013. They each earned $80,000. In keeping with the theme Inspiration Through Transformation, the 2014 Path Top Achievers Awards also sought to reduce stigma and discrimination against Path beneficiaries. The Ministry of Labour also used the event to inspire and motivate other Path beneficiaries to excel.
They have helped me to recognize that I have potential, and if there's anything that I'm not sure that I like, I sure like being awarded, so it has motivated me to continue working hard.
The Path program has paid for my bus fare, so now I'm able to attend school regularly, so I'm able to attend all classes, and attending all classes has led me to be as successful as I am now.
Just set your goals, work hard, and you'll achieve. 'Cause every reality was just one surgery.
In ensuring access to quality education through the PATH program, government is building a pool of qualified individuals to take up existing professions as well as create new ones. And this level of investment in human capital development is being embraced by the beneficiaries. The youngsters expressed gratitude, gave advice, and spoke of ways to give back to their country.
I aspire to become a doctor, not just a normal doctor, but an obstetrician. And you might ask yourself, how can this career contribute to Jamaica? I feel that I can contribute to the safe delivery of our future leaders. And in that way, I can also help in the 2030 vision to make this a place of choice to live, work, and to raise a family.
The PATH program is a very beneficial program to vulnerable students out there, students who are less fortunate, and I'm grateful for the opportunity it has given me.
You will achieve many things while working with PATH.
I can see myself as being an upstanding citizen of Jamaica and being a role model for those around me.
I am happy that our top achievers, our students who are benefiting from the program are doing so well.
Know that I can make it. Oh, never stop trying, so I know
Welcome to the FSC Minute. I am Nadine Newsom. Today we continue to explore microinsurance, and my guest is Rosemary Henry, Senior Director of Insurance with the FSC. Welcome to the FSC Minute, Rosemary.
Thank you, Nadine.
Ms. Henry, what makes microinsurance different from other insurance services?
Microinsurance and the traditional insurance covers basically the same risks. What will make them different is the target market as well as the distribution channels and also the premium costs of the insurance. Currently, the distribution channels is the main driver in the cost of traditional insurance. Insurance, however, need to be both accessible and affordable to be able to reach the target market of the low-income earners, and therefore insurance companies will have to get creative about using other methods other than sales agent to be able to bring this product to the market.
So what will be required for the FSC to allow the conduct of microinsurance services in Jamaica?
The FSC is currently working with insurance companies who want to bring the product to the market now in the current legislative framework. However, in order to be able to get the distribution channels approved and for them to be able to use other methods besides sales agents and brokers, the FSC will need to make changes to its current insurance legislation. And this we're currently working on.
I noticed that you mentioned distribution channel again. What are the changes that are expected to happen as it relates to the distribution of insurance?
Microinsurance promote the concept of accessibility. The target market must be able to easily access these products. It therefore means, as I indicated before, that the insurance companies will have to look at other ways to distribute the product besides using sales agents and brokers. They will have to make sure that the product is available in the markets that normally the low-income earners would access, such as retail shops, post office, microfinancing companies, credit unions, and we will need to make sure that the legislation can accommodate the registration of these channels.
Microinsurance sounds like a product that is really needed in our society. What is the FSC doing to ensure that this is introduced in Jamaica?
It is definitely needed, Nadine. And what the FSC has already begun to do is accommodate the sale of this product in Jamaica. And we're now currently working on making the changes to our legislation so that we can further accommodate all the changes that are required to ensure that microinsurance can go to the market at an affordable and accessible manner.
Thank you, Ms. Henry. My guest today was Rosemary Henry, Senior Director of Insurance with the FSC. For the FSC Minute, I am Nadine Newsom.
And that's where we leave you on this Easter Monday edition of Jamaica Magazine. We'd love to hear from you, so email us jamaicamagazine@gis.gov.jm or send us a tweet at JIS News. We are also on the net, jis.gov.jm, youtube.com/watchgis, and on Facebook. On behalf of the entire team at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson, thanking you for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.